Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
Storm Leonardo is battering Spain and Portugal, bringing historic rainfall. Thousands have been forced to evacuate amid floods and landslides. Let's take a look at the damage caused by Storm Leonardo.
Storm Leonardo unleashed more than 40 centimeters of rain in just 24 hours, flooding streets, collapsing roads, and prompting evacuations across the Iberian Peninsula. In Portugal, a man in his 60s was swept away near a dam in Serpa, becoming the first confirmed death from the storm, while thousands more were displaced from their homes. Farmers and residents struggled to protect livestock and property from the surging waters.
Water is already getting into the animals in the barns, and we have to be very careful because things are getting worse and worse.
In Spain, the southern region of Andalusia faced red alerts as towns like Grazalema soaked in what officials said was a year's worth of rainfall in a single day. Around 3,500 people were evacuated, schools were closed, and most train services suspended, while hundreds of soldiers assisted emergency crews amid landslides and flash floods. Authorities warn that heavy rainfall and flooding will continue in this week.
According to forecasts by the authorities and civil protection agencies, the situation is set to worsen. The water is expected to continue rising until at least 5 p.m. It's going to rise even more. But anyway, we have to hold on once again.
Storm Leonardo compounds a week of severe weather following Storm Kristen, which already killed 5 in Portugal. Emergency services remain on high alert across Spain and Portugal as authorities warn that roads, rivers, and urban areas could see further flooding overnight.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It's good to be here. Today is Noga, February 6, 2026. It is currently 4:47 p.m. Eastern Time pre-recorded. Unfortunately, beloved, this video is not going to be a 2-hour typical video we used to release. I had issue this morning and I couldn't make it to the prayer earlier this day. And I have to compensate that for the video. So, nonetheless, we are going to speak concerning... Give me a second here. Concerning these storms, the weather. Now, why is this thing happening, beloved? What seems to be the issue here? Great glory to the mighty one. What seems to be the problem here? All praises to the Most High. What is it that things you used to see happening in the Caribbean or down there in Florida is happening in Europe, pretty much all over the place, all over the world? 2 years ago, there was a massive storm that happened in Valencia, okay, Spain. Let me see if we can get this. Flooding Valencia, Spain. Flooding Valencia, Spain. Valencia's flooding Spain. Okay, all right, this thing. Let's type it in. Valencia, Spain, flood. All right, flooding. That was like 2 years ago, a year ago. I'm not quite sure. Okay, a year ago. Let's see what was the Let me see, when was this?
And at least 95 people are now dead after flash floods in southern and eastern Spain. Officials are calling it the worst natural disaster to hit the European country in recent memory.
2 years ago.
Now searching.
Why is it? Almost 2 years ago. It happened October 2024. October 2025 give you the whole year. This October 2026 gonna give you 2 years. But let's say a year. Let's say a year, okay? A year ago when this thing happened in Spain, in October, we told the people that, yo, this isn't going to be good for you folks because this is not going to stop. This is going to get worse. And worse it got. And we told them it's going to be a yearly thing. This isn't going to be something that just happened once and then you got out of it and somehow things got back to normal, your tourist town and things like that. And you're making money, you're being happy and stuff. A lot of people did die, so let me mute this and let the picture play. A lot of people were no more. It was a horrible thing, okay? And TikTok rage, and that was right after Asheville. Asheville happened in September. This happened in October. And what happened is people didn't want to talk about it. People still do not want to talk about the hurricanes, the weather, and the things that are going on around because they know exactly what's going on. You see, when those things started to happen, okay, when you see pile up of cars and stuff like that, people like say, oh, the elite is controlling the weather. The elite is destroying people. You know, those people, 83 is using the weather to destroy their own people, to kill their own people. Yes, they said 95 people on Numa. What that thing was? That thing was way more than 95 people. Just like Asheville. Till this day, you do know they still never made the numbers of Asheville victim official. They never said, okay, breaking news. We had 4, 5, 6, 800 people we lost in Asheville. They said nothing. Because if they don't say anything, it didn't happen. If you look at this, look at the cars pile up, and people pretend that this stuff it didn't have only a few people like 95 die. And when we told them this thing's going to happen again, well, they didn't believe, and it's been happening. I just don't report on it. Okay, it's been happening. 2025, it happened multiple times all over. Now we have this one. Let me unmute this. Now we have this one going on, okay? Storm Leo or Leonardo, okay? Why do I have something in here? I don't know why. Okay, so this is Leonardo across Europe. I'm assuming this is Spain.
It's better now, but we'll see what comes next. Tonight they're forecasting 40-something millimetres of rain during the night, so this will definitely rise. Right now the tide is going out. At this time it always goes down. Compared to yesterday, there's a big difference, about 2 metres.
Sí, estamos ya a unos metros de ellos, ya estamos llegando.
Okay, so they had to stay on top of the car in order for the water not to, destroy them. All right? So this thing is I shall say on a yearly basis now. Around the world, it's on the daily basis, but now it's every year. And you can't recover on a yearly basis too. This thing cannot happen every year and then you recover the same year or you recover next year. It doesn't work like that. And every time those people built, that's it, this thing come out. Boom. Every time they rebuilt, every time they built, crush. Every time they build, crash. Why? Well, the blessing is over. The 400 years is over. The blessing is gone. You people were spared of those cataclysms and great calamities, not because you were so good at science or your engineer or your scientists were so smart and then they control nature and they conquer nature and all that. None. You simply appear to be successful because you were under the blessing. To a degree, you were protected. The reason, again, why you see those things used to happen to countries that are not yours, your country that do not look like your people and stuff, and the Caribbean, this thing happen, cyclones and hurricane happen in Haiti and Africa because you like to bundle our folk with Africa. So, no problem. But now you're seeing this stuff happening in the midst of your backyard, and you guys like to say, "Oh well, this is climate change. This is the elite." Anything but our power, anything but our glory, anything else. Oh, it's Bill Gates. Oh, it's alien. Oh, it's China. Oh, it's Russia. Oh, it's this, and then scumbag. Especially black Christians, scumbag Christians, will repeat that and make it seem that they are our people. They are in the same group or in the same path, same wavelength that we are studying. So, yeah, well, the elite are controlling the weather so they can kill those Christian people over there. Yeah, well, well, 83 controlling the weather to destroy 83, to disrupt their own economy because, they're going to destroy everything and then build it back better. Something they didn't build themselves. Something they use slave labor to build. Something they come out here, everything was already rebuilt, so they're going to destroy everything and rebuild them back with robots. With androids. Elon Musk is going to do this, Elon Musk is going to do that. But when hish like that happen, those guys are nowhere to be found. When there is a disaster in such magnitude, those fellow are no show. Those dudes are nowhere to be found. Why is that? Because they have no power. Plain and simple. See, a lot of the things that you people are seeing in the news, a lot of the stuff that those people are trying to show to you, especially our people, a hell of a lot of them are manipulated. Not on images only. Images are very easy to manipulate, but on words, on the actual thing that happened. And it's pretty easy to detect. Whenever a storm or a great tragedy happen in the midst of people that look like them, it's very passable. It's very light. Nobody really dies. And we are building back. Oh, we are strong, tight-knit community. This does not gonna affect us. We will rebuild and stuff like that. But whenever something like that happen, let's say in a developing country like they used to call it third world country, millions of people die, and how they're going to, they need help from international aid and stuff. This is the typical news that they reported. And this is how they do reported it. Whenever it's them. This stuff been happening since 2020. Remember the one that happened in Germany? And the lady said there was a house there that was 400 years old. The house is gone no more. And she was like, is that thing recording right now? Is it? It is. So people think they can beat the Holy One's weather. They think they can get away with this. But, well, you can't. Let's keep on moving.
Madrid, talk to our correspondent.
All right, this is more footage. Storm Leonardo. Leonardo is the Spanish or Italian name for learned or Leonard. Leo or Leon means lion. You know what? Let's get the proper definition of the word, of the name Leonardo. Usually YouTube or Google won't do this. Let's see if we can get 3 right here. Okay. What about 2? No. I don't know why. Okay, let's say user 1. See if it this work. It didn't. Something is linked on my hash. But anyway, define the name Leonardo. Okay, well, anyway, Leonardo is a masculine given name of Germanic origin via Old High German Leon and Hardo. What? Commonly used in Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese, meaning lion brave or lion-hearted. There was a movie called Lionheart by Jean-Claude Van Damme. Is that what that? We'll check it like that later. It symbolized strength and courage. That's better. Let's see this one. Okay. Well, Ernest, Malcolm, Benjamin, and I don't know why they put blacks over there, but anyway. All right. Okay, the name Leonardo finds its origin in Italian language, but of course, like we say before, but the AI say German, right? Language, and it's derived from the combination of the words Leon and Ardo, meaning lion and brave, respectively, with its roots deeply embedded in Italian culture. This distinguished name has transversed century. Boy, the AI, there's no effort here. Well, a brave lion, or the lion of Judah and things like that, if you want to call it like this. But this is exactly what's going on over there. Okay, the brave lion is destroying and tenderizing the meat and destroying 82 wherever they are. Of course, if this was the typical CNN or the typical Fox News, they will find out the black dude that was somewhat on vacation over there, and then they will say, oh, the poor people over there and stuff over here, and put their faces all over, or the immigrant African over there trying to say, oh, those people, they are sucking up on the government and stuff, they're the one causing the storm and stuff. But anyway.
Who joins us from there, Sarah Morris. Sarah, the situation in both Spain, where you are, and in Portugal, I mean, it's been really critical, hasn't it?
This is a critical situation, Stuart. We've got news that one man in his 60s in Portugal has actually died. He was basically swept away as he crossed or tried to drive across an area in the Serpa municipality. And here in Spain, across the border, the authorities are looking for a woman who was out walking with a friend near the Torbilla River in Malaga, and she is missing. These are critical conditions because there are basically rivers engulfing, overflowing.
So, and those people, again, they love to sit there. Instead of showing you what happened, they will explain things to you. All right? Now, a couple of years ago, I shall say 2 years ago, or less than that, we had made a video where in Italy, they didn't have no birth for like a whole year. And then in Spain, they have empty town. And what those people are doing, they always make it seem like, oh, everybody's moving out of the rural area to the city because that's where the life is vibrant. And man, this fast, man. Oh boy, when the sun's going to go down so I can start cooking. But nonetheless, they always say, oh, well, it's the people from the rural area, they all move out to the city in group. You come up upon a city, the entire town, beloved, is empty, or village in that case, or in their case, is empty. What they tell you, everybody just wake up one day and say, you know what? This village, we're all going down in the city because that's where the life had, maybe. let's go out there and party, drink, and YOLO all night. You know, where's Biggie? Just party and bullhish, just party and drinking and smoking, and all of them agree. Nobody said, wait a minute, man, this is ancestral land here, man. My forefather did not swagger jack this land for nothing. I'm not going to go get out of here and go to the freaking city paying a lot of money for rent when I'm living here for rent free and I got all the food and farm and animals and stuff that I can get. I'm not going to go in the city. None say this. They all agree because that's what they said. The fact remain, beloved, 83, the blessing come with everything. It come with fertility too. Once the blessing is done, the dung won't work too well in the oven. This thing, it's not going to get, it's not good. It's not good at all. It's not going to work properly. So a lot of those people die. Mysterious disease. A lot of them die and I ate for transportation. Some of them, less than you might thought, actually move out in the city because the town become unsustainable. I believe somewhere around 2018, 2019, and Spain and Italy were offering houses for $1. You bought them for $1 and then you fix them and you stay in them, do some Airbnb or whatever that those people were doing. And there's a Haitian fellow. He's quite successful in fixing those houses over there in Italy. Okay, buying Italian property for, wait, I should have said for $1. For $1 and fix it. €1. He's a black dude. Well, it's now since we have AI and all that, so there you go. There's the dude, Carl Pierre. So, and he bought a house in Euro, and for Euro. He used to be a nurse and he started a business. And he sold the nursing business, and then now he's traveling all over Europe, and he's buying houses and we sell them, we fix them, and he's been receiving a lot of crap though. Okay, so that happened a couple of years ago, like way before the whole thing with COVID and stuff like that. So the thing is, beloved, they need people. They need, especially people that look like us, to come over there, and then we populated the thing, so they can go in. They need habitants. They need residents. They don't have that. So when you have places such as Valencia or whatever that place, destroy and kill people, they won't say, this was like, this town got wiped out by a storm. No, everybody move out. But 2 years ago I came here. There was a lot of people here. Oh yeah, they move out. But those houses over there, they seems they have a lot of dirt, like mud in it, as if were those people were mud collector? Well, what happened there? Oh no, that's like when there's no people, and then the wind, the lateral blow of the wind fill all the inside of that house with dirt and dust and earth and stuff like that. Huh? Okay, well I guess the same wind blow up those cars and put them upside down. So that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. All right, well, good then. So how much is that house again? $1. $1? $1. Okay. All right. Okay, well, it makes sense. They never report how bad this thing is. And in France, it's pretty much the same thing. Portugal, the same thing. And now you got this stuff destroying those people, and they refuse to talk about it. And you got the camps, they won't talk about it. The church, oh hell no. Till this day, no Christian can come up anywhere and tell anyone, yeah, the reason why we are not being raptured because we lied to you, scum. Because white Jesus never existed, doesn't exist, and it will never will be existed. No refund. All of you scum, backwarded, bucktooth monsters, get the out of my way, and I'm not going to give y'all anything else. If anything, I'm expecting your 10%. The problem is people don't question. If anything, they will not question them at all. If anything, they will come here and try to start garbage. If anything, they will come here and try to start debates. Let us keep on moving. Now, a lot of people are dying now. Horrible death, mysterious death. And this is Lil Jon's son.
Headlines this afternoon. First, we want to check in with our Angelique Proctor, who is on top of new developments, tragic ones at that, with the search of Atlanta rapper Lil Jon's son. It seems like there's been a devastating development here, Angelique. What more do we know?
Well, good afternoon to you, Tom. Yes, heartbreaking development here in the city of Milton. We are at Mayfield Park. This is the spot where Milton police had been looking for about 3.5 days. They do confirm for us that they did pull a body from this pond that you see here this afternoon. This is where they had been searching for 27-year-old Nathan Smith, who is well known in Atlanta circles as DJ Young Slade and is, as you said, the son of rapper Lil Jon. Well, Smith was last seen leaving his home around 6 a.m. on.
So this is the son of rapper Lil Jon, and you can see the fellow. Something is off right there. Okay, something is off. I don't like going into this because the guys that do those things, that get into the industry and stuff, they know what they were getting into. And I've been telling my people, listen, if you ever cause harm to all people, whether through music, through drug dealing, through associating yourself with 83 and beating on your own people, through movies, film, directing, writing, to ridicule, to purposely going, do things that you engineer things that you know it will destroy them, you will never live in peace. And you will lose greater treasures, things that you cherish the most. You think your fortune is the things that you cherish the most. You think your fortune is the thing that is the most valuable to you. Well, wait until you lose a loved one. A lot of people say, well, I don't have a loved one. But this young man right here, 27 years old, when you look at the brother, 27, 2 plus 7, you know what to do. But when you look at the fellow, something is off there. And they find the guy in a pond. And you will have all sort of conspiracy theories about how his father sell him for money, for fame and glory, because he didn't have it. You will have all sort of people coming and try to explain this thing to you as if, they were there and things like that. But know this, beloved, if you ever did take the bag from 83, and this is it. This is the result, man. Horrible things.
Tuesday, he was described as being disoriented and possibly being in need of assistance. And so for 3.5 days, police, canine, divers, and even a bloodhound had been searching for Smith. We do have some new images from Skyfox 5. It was about 11:53 this morning that officials found what they believe is the body of Nathan Smith. My colleague who was on the scene at the time tells me a body bag was brought to the scene. The medical examiner showed up, and we, as members of the media, were asked to move back. And then at approximately about 1:45, a gurney was put in a transport van, and that van pulled off. So many people in this family-friendly community were hoping for the best. I have talked to some of them since I have been here, but this Friday afternoon, there is utter sadness. Now, the Milton Police Department says it will not comment further on this case until the medical examiner positively identifies this body. And of course, the Smith family has asked for privacy, and we will, in fact, honor that. Tom.
So, Lil Jon's son is found dead. The mysterious circumstances. They just find him in the lake. The typical story. He was out of his mind. Look at the photo. He looked crazy, and then he was running. He fell into the stuff. He died. A lot of people are dying, man. As we mentioned before, there is a sister in the nation, and within less than a year, most of her family is being wiped out. They just die. A lot of you are going through this thing where you are seeing a lot of your people that you cherish, you love, they are dying. Well, there's a reason for that. Believe it or not, the one that died now, the one that are dying now, the one that did die during the 2020s, your fiasco or the lucky one. What is about to happen into this world? Only a very few will survive this. Only a very few will have the ability to stomach this. In a sense, the Holy One would do you a great favor of removing those loved ones from you. Sometimes you would rather see a loved one dead than being in a certain situation. Sometimes you yourself, you would prefer to die than being in certain situation. There are certain level of pain, certain level of treatment, certain degree of situation. You see someone is, you're like, God Almighty, just have mercy upon this poor soul and take him out of this, take her out of this. There's a certain amount of pain you're experiencing on a daily basis, a chronic pain, a never-ending pain and depression. Sometimes you said death would have been sweeter. Well, in this case, it is. There are some people that suffer too much, and death is a great deliverance to them. But the one that has stayed to see this great glory come out of the cloud, well, it was an honor. Let's keep on moving. But how long we are into this thing? Okay. Oh, good grief. All right then.
Happy Jubilee! The album will be released on February 22nd.
Pre-order now on Amazon and Apple. We hope you enjoy the album. Much love.
Happy Jubilee! The album will be released on February 22nd.
Pre-order now on Amazon and Apple. We hope you enjoy the album. Much love.
Happy Jubilee! The album will be released on February 22nd.
Pre-order now on Amazon and Apple. We hope you enjoy the album. Much love.
All right. Okay. This is, oops. This is our album, Happy Jubilee, Big Levi Happy Jubilee. It will come out February 22nd, 2026, which is going to be a Sunday. You can pre-order it now. The link is in the description from iTunes. You can search it in your favorite store and put it there. Just pre-order it. The album is for you. The album is for you to listen, for you to meditate. This is something dedicated to you. We give the Holy One great praise, great glory. We say shalom. How long we oh good grief. All right, we got another good amount to go. Let's keep on moving. Oh well, Genesis 15 verse 13. Right. Genesis 15 verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. 16:19, 2019. Right after 2019, beloved, the world was not the same, and it's never going to be, never will be. Things change. Many people were too distracted about the TikTok that was passing around. They weren't paying attention to the actual event. A lot of people got taken out. A lot of big cats, big shots, high rollers are no more. Till this day, they never give a proper explanation for Sir Trump brother's death. You know that? They never did. People just pretend that this fiasco that happened is just a fluke. Well, we told you that once the Holy One put you into this loop, you ain't gonna get out of it. This is not 2026. This is the 6th time you're going to this loop. And every time it's tightened, it's compounding. It's getting harder and harder. And it will come a time very soon, it will break you. From 2020 to 2026, it's usually a 7-year gap. And you probably got another year to go, 2027, I don't know. And then the other shoe drop that's it for you. No one can say, oh, well, we didn't have enough time to rethink our lives. We didn't know. You had 7 years. You didn't do hish. You didn't do hish. That's what happened. Let's keep on. Is that thing even recording? Did I press the recording stuff? I did. All right, let's keep on moving.
We begin tonight with dangerous weather. 27 million Americans on alert for snow in the southeast, and more than 175 million facing a brutal Arctic blast. The snow is getting heavier in the Carolinas with gusty winds. Some areas near the coast could see whiteout conditions. Crews struggling to clear the roads. The severe weather also causing major travel disruptions. More than 2,000 flights canceled today. In Southern California, dense fog contributed to a chain reaction crash. Dozens of cars in the pileup, shutting down a major highway. And Tennessee calling in the National Guard to remove debris, one of the states still cleaning up from last week's deadly storm. There's also a coastal flooding threat for the southeast. Our weather team is standing by with the forecast, but first ABC's Christian Cordero leads us off from Virginia Beach.
Tonight, another powerful winter storm slamming the east. Snow blanketing parts of the Carolinas as residents from Georgia to Maryland battle wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. Places not used to this kind of weather. Virginia Beach is among those under a winter storm warning.
We don't see a lot of snow here, so really it's about 3 or 4 days of almost around-the-clock prep work.
The 1-2 punch of winter weather causing dangerous driving conditions through the weekend. More than 2,000 flights canceled today. Delta's Atlanta hub heavily impacted, and American canceling all of its flights out of its Charlotte hub. In Winston-Salem, the weather forcing NASCAR to postpone the Cookout Clash race, and life-threatening cold is expected to impact some 160 million Americans, with sub-freezing temperatures stretching as far south as Orlando and Houston. Tennessee still cleaning up from the last storm. Tens of thousands still without power in the Nashville area, with temperatures remaining below freezing.
They're cutting things off of the power lines and anything that's hanging.
The bitter cold continues to grip the Northeast. New York City and Philadelphia approaching their longest stretch of days below freezing in 8 years. And on the West Coast, a much different story. Foggy conditions may have contributed to a pileup involving dozens of vehicles in Delano, outside of Bakersfield. 10 people hurt. The road closed for hours. Whit, the plows are ready to go here in Virginia Beach. Temperatures are in the 20s, which is very unusual. The normal high this time of year is in the 50s. And the last time the city experienced a prolonged cold snap like this was in 2018. Whit.
All right, Christian, thanks so much. Let's get right to meteorologist Danny Beckstrom from our New York station WABC. And Danny, the conditions only expected to get worse overnight.
That's right. This is a rapidly intensifying low, which means the snowfall intensity and wind intensity really ramp up tonight. Snow falling from northeast Georgia into Virginia right now. Winter storm warnings in effect for those states as well. But it's not just the inches of snow, it's also the wind. The combination of both could create whiteout conditions, which makes travel especially dangerous. Putting futurecasts into play, the snow continues to fall for the Carolinas through daybreak Sunday. Then the storm system rides up the east coast. Now, it looks like the Northeast spared from the snow, but we'll get the wind, where in the Carolinas we...
So, again, this is plague number 6 out of the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham, increase of hail and snow. Most people that watch this story, that they know for a fact this is plague number 6, because you know the snow is just going to increase, and things it's going to get a hell of a lot more worse than that. And people are going to pretend that, oh, okay, this is once in a lifetime thing. It's raining and snowing in Florida, man. You know, it's flowing in Florida. So what you guys want to do? You think because, you know, when this happened, it won't happen again? Or if it's happening again, you're going to be spared? Don't work like that. Won't work like that. It's going to get worse, and worse. Okay? This is... Oh, well, this is this thing is in Morocco also, okay?
From beneath the ground, the pipes creak, and that's what we were hearing. We were very scared. At first, we thought it was an earthquake, but it wasn't. It was the creaking. It was a very bad night.
You just saw it. And Morocco, they call it the Iberian Peninsula. It's just destroying pretty much everything. And everybody is silent. No church going to come out and say, this issue is happening because the rapture is not happening. But, well, whatever. This is in the Philippines. Let me get rid of the sound. This is in the Philippines, man. Okay? Thousands of houses, just like Palisades, burned to the ground. But the Filipino Christians and none of the Christians want to say, okay, well, this is judgment. This is not judgment. This is a fluke. This is not a fluke. Everybody's just silent. It's like, it's happening every day in the Philippines. You know, a bunch of houses burn and things like that. But this isn't normal. The word normal or even abnormal no longer exists. Everything is wrong. People love to say, well, the reason why you're seeing this is because we got access to the technology and we can see things instantly. Those things been happening. Yeah. And they're going to say, well, nobody perished here. Nobody perished. It was just like, somebody got hurt, but nobody perished. And then the following day, somehow everybody recovered from that. Nobody lost things that were precious to them. Okay? So, and this is the type of things those people don't want to talk about. But we over here will tell you exactly what that is and what plague this is. This is plague number 2. Fiery conflagration of the cities. You're literally seeing it right here. Fiery, excuse me, conflagration of the cities. An entire section or district over there in the Philippines, I'm assuming it's Manila, burned down. Hundreds of them, no, thousands. I see an article that says it thousands. And people are like, oh, well, that's nothing. That doesn't mean it's prophecy. That's just an accident. Yeah, just like you accidentally come here in the fourth part. Still. Okay, so a lot of people are dying horrible death. But watch those people. Watch their mannerism, all right?
So extreme. Like, I don't even know how she ended up over there in that building, other than less that she ended up in a garbage bag.
We hear tonight from the life partner of a woman whose dismembered body was found in a plastic bag in Brooklyn. He reveals tonight new information about the final hours before the woman's death. And good evening, everyone. At 6 o'clock. I'm Bill Ritter. And I'm Liz Cho. The medical examiner still trying to figure out the cause of death of 39-year-old Michelle Montgomery, the mother of 4, who was found dismembered in Brooklyn on Sunday. Night workers found her at the Boren Quinn public houses in Bushwick. And tonight, we're going to hear from her life partner, the father of her youngest child, just 10 months old. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles is live in Bushwick with our lead story tonight. Darla.
Good evening, Bill and Liz. We are told that 39-year-old Michelle Montgomery did things like make gift baskets and go all out for decorations for her children during the holidays. So her family really is perplexed as to find out who might have wanted to bring her harm. They know that she was having dinner and hanging out with friends here near the intersection of Flushing Avenue and Bushwick Avenue on Saturday night. And then just hours later, her body was found 5 blocks up the road on Bushwick Avenue in a building that she had no connection to, dismembered and deceased.
CK left this house vibrant, happy, and alive.
This is what Michelle Montgomery posted.
And this is it. You know, this is it. A lot of the people, brothers, sisters, they still don't get it. They still don't get it. They still don't get, like, yo, listen, this isn't the time for that type of things going on, man. And it isn't something they just did once. Like, yo, they just did this once a month or that once a year or once in a blue moon. Oh, hell no. It's every fucking day, every week, weekend, party, bullish, drink, smoke, fight, kill, shoot, gossip. It's a non-stop thing. And people always say, oh, she's having fun and stuff like that. Yo, this isn't the time for that at all, man. This is the time for our people, man, to stay your ass home, man. If you don't need anything, man, you don't need it. Hey, yo, you don't invite Big Levi to a party without having a special table dedicated to Big Levi. Big Levi, let's go to the club. The club. Never been, never will. No, thank you. But let's go to this random place with people. Let's drink and stuff like that. Nah, nigga, I don't need to drink with y'all, man. What the fuck are y'all, nigga? I don't know you like that. I only go places to people that I know for a fact I can read them. But going around with friends and introduce you with another friend and do stuff and hish like that happen. Okay, this isn't the time for this.
Just after midnight Sunday, by 9:30 a.m., the 39-year-old mother of 4 was dead.
Okay, you're 39 years old, man. This thing you were doing 20 years ago, okay? This thing that you were doing in 2006, you know, being in the club, chill, listen to Lil Jon. Look what happened to Lil Jon's son, man. This era is gone, son. It's gone. Things you used to do in early 2000, you know, living that club life. You got 4 kids now, man. Just like, yo, people always say, okay, well, just because I got 4 kids, just because I got this, you know, you think I shouldn't do this? No, yeah, well, you shouldn't. There are certain age you reach, you're like, yo, this thing, I outgrown that, man. Time for me to do other stuff. It's not time for you to get serious, because the moment you get your womanness, or as a man, you reach manhood, so to speak, hey, things are serious there, man. You can get people pregnant, or you can get pregnant. So life is serious, man. I got to start working on things. Goddamn, man, going around and partying, boo. Hey, this is the result, man. Horrible thing, but hey.
Body discovered in the basement of a Brooklyn apartment building, dismembered in a garbage bag.
That was hard. I broke down.
This is hard.
I still can't believe it. Still.
Montgomery's gruesome murder, a total and utter shock to her family. She and her life partner, Anthony Echevarria, have a 10-month-old son.
It has been one of
the son is what age? What age is the son? See, a lot of people, the Holy One, are mocking them, man. We never know. You never know this woman. You never know. She could be one of those scoffers in the comment. She could be the one that says something against the Holy One. She could be. We don't know. But something we do know here, the baby was that age, which shows you who was in the midst. And I keep telling my beloved, listen, brethren, sistren, the era of this thing is done. The party is over, dog. Keep your ass home, man. If you're going out to drink, you drink alone. If you're going out to party, you party alone. Go on with a bunch of people that freaking envy your ass, man. Jealousy, they hated your guts. You got a brand new 10-month-old son. You think those people are going to be happy? Yo, man. Be careful out there.
The hardest things to really look at It's watching him look for her and knowing that she's not coming back.
He says she left home around 9:30 Saturday night to hang out with friends. Family members say at one point she was hanging out at a local restaurant where she posted this video of herself dancing and having a good time. But they say she has no ties to frequent houses on Bushwick Avenue, where a memorial with her picture and candles have been placed in honor of where her remains were found by a maintenance worker.
Okay, and her name again is Michelle Teresa, Earth, Planet, Teresa, right? Teresa. What does the name Teresa means? Okay, all right. I'm not making this up, man. Okay, this is what her name means. Frequently interpreted as harvester, reaper. The name Teresa primarily means to harvest, to reap, or summer. You know, either from the Greek words tereso, harvest, or teros, summer. Okay, this is the time for Michelle or Michael to harvest the land, the earth. Teresa. Michelle Teresa, Michael Teresa. Michael is doing the harvest. We keep telling our people they don't listen. We keep showing them they don't care. But this is the proof. Michelle, the reaper, Michael the reaper, Michael the harvester. This is the harvest time. That's what happened, man.
Worker.
So extreme. Like, I don't even know how she ended up over there in that building. Nonetheless, that she ended up in a garbage bag.
And a lot of people already accusing the brother. They say he did it, but
That extreme.
Echevarria pointing out these TikTok videos of her fun-loving spirit and her dedication as a mother.
Okay, again, those are foreshadowing, all right? Doing this thing like this and think those are cute.
Echevarria.
Have the Joker. People don't know what the Joker is. The Joker is not what you think it is. It's not something those people imagine. These entities are actually real. And they are perverted, all right? So, and people are doing this type of Halloween things. They don't know what it is. I'm not telling my people, you know, those things are, you shouldn't doing it, but you should know, okay, what those things are, what they can do. Okay, so doing those TikTok things,
pointing out
think it's
these
cute.
TikTok videos of her fun-loving spirit and her
Okay,
dedication as a mother.
Okay,
Super
Christmas.
She made sure none of these kids wanted for nothing. Nothing. They always got what they needed. They always got what they wanted.
She was active on social media, posting just last week, spend time with the people you love before it's too late.
Okay, there you go. All right. Time, don't wait for no one. So spend time with the people that you love before it's too late. Good morning. And look at this.
And back in December, nearly 2 months to the day of her murder, she wrote on Facebook, "If I die tomorrow, my Facebook wall..."
Okay, if I die tomorrow, my Facebook wall will be filled with posts about broken friendships. My family will cry about the things they should have made right and the relationships they should have fixed. There would be a lot of wishes and I'm sorries. The day I die, my social media will be taken over by posts from people who hadn't talked to me in years. Please don't use my death for some sympathy. If you love me now. And there you go.
Wall would be filled with posts about broken friendships. Please don't use my death for some sympathy. If you love me now.
Every day we came, got up, took care of these kids, we took care of each other. Nothing wrong. Nothing.
Now Montgomery leaves behind a 19-year-old son, an 11 and 12-year-old daughter, and
a 19-year-old son. The baby was 10 months old. The son is 19. The daughter is 11, and there's a 12-year-old.
her 10-month-old son. At this hour, the NYPD still not yet publicly identified any suspects nor how she actually passed away. If you have any information about this incident, please call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS.
How long, beloved? How long? Oh boy, we have reached the end of this. Unfortunately, beloved, I will leave you with peace. I have to go. I will leave you, I will leave you with love. Be careful out there and get the album. The link is in the description.
Happy Jubilee! The album will be released on February 22nd.
Pre-order now on Amazon and Apple. We hope you enjoy the album. Much love.